taskbar above, or the stun bar of the head, and it says stun on it. Glimpse would not say that. That's what I base off. Longest kill streak. Storm. DK, Wraither.
DK's is likely. I'm gonna go for Sven, I think.
I'm going Storm. I'm going. Total
Blink
purchase.
1, 2, 3.
I like how we're counting at the same time. It's like 3, 4, at least.
I could see 4 plus Darkseer.
I think 4.
Like 2 on Radiant, 2 on Dire.
Yeah.
3 on Dire though, with and
then
25 minutes. I'm gonna go with 5.
25 minutes. 25 minutes? I'm doing 3, 4, and yeah, because it worked for me the other day. And we were in. Predictions are done. Some good words placed down. By the Dire side, Radiant Vision actually coming yet. I don't know if they actually have any wards on them. Let me check real quick. They have them on the who's more than likely going to place them in aggressive positions, perhaps behind the tower. He can snipe a curve elsewhere. He's going to block the, or at least he's going to do sort of just standing around right now. Not sure what he's going to. He'll drop the ward down.
Currently doing Dota buff research to figure out if Zhao buys Blink on.
Does he? Does he buy it usually?
Got it at 16 minutes.
Ooh.
It looks like he went mech into.
Yes. Like, I really looked at Blink early on at Enigma, and it was like a lot of people prioritize for that Enigma for a long time. I want to research.
And they still do in a lot of cases just because of the ability to tank up and push, but considering how many teams are good at moving around the map and don't die, like if one team's death pushing and they know that they're weaker, they won't go fight. So it's like, why would you buy tanky items on Enigma? It's better to have Blink, that way you can catch people out of position, which is, I think, is why there is some swing in terms of builds. Like,
he played this in both games. LPC and the Disruptor is, it's clear he's yours playing. You're good at it too. But yeah, this is what we talked about already. Purge. Dog Spice is up here in invisibility. Doesn't the last hit on the Eidolon, but he's gonna trying to leak some experience. The Wolf will come through. I think he has experience. Yep. So he's fine.
Oh man, these Elf Wolves are actually doing so much damage, and now he has to worry about his Eidolons getting killed by Ricky alone. Like,
yeah.
He's already gotten so much gold and splitting experience with him.
So Tango, permanent invisibility, going to come back up. He can continue to do this. We'll keep our eye on that jungle. He's just going to continue to leech experience. Try a couple last. That I don't know what we should do about this short of someone rotating, but that is not really the best idea. I feel like.
Yeah, good luck using your clarity potions, pretty much.
Oh God, should have bought mangoes, although they're rather expensive. Yeah,
on the off lane, it's a Slaughter versus a Sven and a pulling Silencer. To a good start for Yao, getting some free experience.
Go to the tower right now. I'll be able to get.
Oh, he's moving to the enemy jungle now too.
Warcry. They don't. They had vision of him over at his hard camp on the boss side of the lane. Shall I? I think they can rotate. They're actually Ricky. He's followed him. That part did so much work. That off lane. That's huge.
Well, all the Eidolons
he missed it.
This
Meanwhile,
is a little
super
scary.
Maleficent, there's going to be a couple of clicks from Super with the wave. Dogfights is looking to go back in. He's got level 1. That's it. Oh, Dagger's got IG damage multi, but that's it. Still, it almost goes down to Wisdom as well as the right cannon coming from Ariki. Good rest through, and Shao has 5 last hit at as jumping Enigma at 2 minutes of the game. Surprised he has.
I mean, definitely having trouble, but it is forcing a lot of support rotations. As long as they can still zone the Darkseer a little bit, it's alright, but they're not even doing that either. Disruptor's still level 1, so I would say this is going pretty well for IG.Vitality.
LPC, yeah, not very high experience. We'll go ahead and take some damage away. With 4 damage at this point. He didn't have mana to surge, so he gives a little bit of damage. Be careful with his positioning. Stormer down bottom. Let's go to Warcry. Well, yeah, rather they use the last that's down now. He's just the portal shield is too much. They can't bring him down. Oh, Charlotte
Slaughter's just pretty, and Silencer doesn't have that much damage yet. Some nukes, but only so much.
At what level do you start really pumping out damage on, you know?
You know, it's like 3. You get 2 skill points into some. The Wolf and Lion's really strong.
Ooh, Dogfight. They got the Thunderstrike on. That's it. LPC comes through. They have enough vision to bring him down.
Getting at the detection there, he must have just been like waiting for the British.
They used Yeah.
I see. I check his settings.
Yeah.
There we go. The big. Oh, he can just jump for a moment. Yeah. Plus the squad going to disrupt that. Pretty huge actually, considering he's against Darkseer. So now he can actually get his boots to speed at a reasonable time.
And there's some extra experience out of it too. Dogfights does rotate, but Yao doesn't have any seconds here. The Stormhammer will go. He's got a sprint up and there's a smoke screen, and he walks further in, but he's still either tanky. The sprint will go off. Yes, he can apply that damage, but it's not enough from IG.Vitality to get the kill. It's still very low. Yao, he can tango up, but more than likely he will back home at the end.
Getting pretty good at playing safe. 2 hits and sprint keeps him alive, and maybe he's not getting a lot, but at least he's getting experience. And it's minimum costing silencer, but just spells repeated. And the same for Sven. It's not terrible though what he's getting out of his lane.
And before you look at Slaughter, yes, he's level 3 and the Dark is level 4, but I think considering this game is on, that's to be expected.
I mean, it's only dual lane up there on top lanes. Dark's always gonna get experience there, unless it's like an Oracle. As long as Slaughter keeps a little bit busy and gets his levels, and then levels and uses them well in the couple games and fights, he's happy.
So, this mid matchup, what's been going on? 25 for the Storm Cicada, meanwhile Super sitting at 20. Rep each match, no games coming in for either side. It's pretty solid, honestly. Super doing rather well for a DK to Storm Spirit.
Keep blocking medium meantime.
Alright, shall we sad.
But he can get this card.
Oh!
Not even
He needs
close.
3, he needs 3 hits, yeah. That's just not him. He doesn't have nearly enough damage in the early game for me. Someday soon, though. How's Monet doing? 27 last hits, getting good farm. Sven is getting points, though. 30 down his bottom lane. Great start, Sven. Treads are up, going blade. Let it go. There's a get getting set up on mid super. Cicada, the arc room. A great rune for Spirit. It doesn't have electric vortex, obviously, just the 2 points to the remnant, as well as the 3 point overload. And it looks they won't make they say, well, I'll just get out of it now and let you farm for a bit.
I just don't think it would work. SP, he's got a magic already, so every time they cast a spell, he's gonna get a 15 HP. He's just not gonna die there. I'd like in position for a moment though. Being able to read when your opponent may or may not gank is quite nice to have, because if the gank did happen, he turns around, gets him a kill instead.
He's got glimpse. It is level 1, which is rather LPC is catching up experience-wise. The Ree's still level 2, playing this out like a support bounty hunter, not finding that much experience because he's throwing a lot. He will top lane. Yeah.
Bit of a ward though. Fresh to Dragon went bot. They don't have to gank, push the tower, and that's good about their lineup. Plus pushing is amazing.
Eidolons and the Breath of the Dragonite, very nice to have. They were also setting a gank. I should say IG.Vitality were setting up for a gank on Monet, but he didn't come. He was getting the 3 line, and he's still kind of sitting towards that tower. They keep people cut from dogfights, whether or not they see this. There's no sentry placed down. Yao, slithering. Wow, really hard. They don't have the action there. They just blew up 3, and dogfights happen to be inside of it. Unfortunate.
That was the purpose of they get hit with a gem.
Oh.
That I don't know if they did in Slaughter, but if they did, they knew that there was an IHL there.
That's a good point. Yeah. The problem, they were apt to notice it, like you mentioned, then yeah, there's a chance.
It's a big thing. The Darkseer got there and pushes out the wave. It's not really doable anymore. Kind of the big issue. That's why they nuked out the creep wave. They thought that maybe they'll kill it fast enough to get under tower, but weren't able to. Which costs LG quite a bit in that rotation. In the meantime, free best hits for wherever he's been. I've been trying to gank top up. They could have just instead used Dragonite ulti to try to pressure mid. I think that might have been working.
They did like no damage to that tower. Looking at it's just like barely corrosive spread as well as idle guns.
Yeah, they just couldn't get under the creep waves or stay alive. Kept getting quick.
Unfortunate for LG Forever Young. They'll get back their original landings up for the most part. Shaowei up here in the top lane was looking for set. Black Hole would be there to bring down Darkseer. He doesn't have it yet. Yeah, he's close.
He does go for King Boots though. Pretty good choice. Maybe throwing it a little bit out at this point just because hard to say though. Arc is a much bigger lion. And maybe that's why he went for 5 potions versus the usual. I'll save slots. Might be worth doing this.
LGD.F.Y.Monet will group up and trigger for a push. This time on the top tier 1 tower rather than the bottom. And this one will get a lot of damage done. Whether or not they can actually take it. Looks like there's a lot of rotations coming. They have Sapsir as well as Darkseer ready to go. Quick back out, pop the field. They want to do that they possibly can here. Not in deny yet. They do have dogfights in with the super skirting up and deny range yet.
They need to get a tower in a minute and a half, otherwise my predictions
Yes, come on, do it. I believe you. I'll be forever young.
points in our
They got it. It's gonna happen. Or not. The wall drops down. No vacuum in. They will get off. Arcane first. Last word comes in at BC. Might die. Yes, absolutely. As Takata jumps in with all lady. Looks for more. Got the remnant ready. He's bring down. It looks like no. They have the silence. He's pretty tanky. Will finally get dropped. Dust will go. Shall we turn around? Might have killed him, and it looks like 3 dead on the side of LGD Forever Young. IG.Vitality. A great team fight. A great setup for squad to get killed and
they just don't play this game so well. Single time you rotated, try to take tower, they would rotate the correct hero and let it just long enough to finally take a good engagement. And just 3 points in our curse. That's the tier. Yeah, there's nobody here in time. But just 3 points in Arcane Curse prevents LGD from casting more spells as they retreat. And they didn't even have Black Hole because they worked down from the laning stage. There, maybe they turn into fight, but they weren't even able to do that. Like even without ultimates, IG.Vitality, they defend all of their towers. They make all of our predictions wrong, and most importantly, they stop this wrong that LGD does, which is towers.
There's still 10 seconds. Purge can happen. I believe. All right, it's not happening. Still, it was very close. Balling in, we're gonna get dumped on. Good stun coming out of DK. Drags save like crazy. Takata, he only had level 1 bull, but that might have been enough TP then to get something and go.
It's definitely possible. It all depended on where Storm Spirit vault. If they would fall slightly behind where the beginning was, he would have turned up to be able to get it off time. So that was pretty crucial. Again, early rotation smoke to use with the silencer and Storm. They want the kill.
Yeah, they really want this big smoke screen down just in time. Tail is up and available. It's fine out of the smoke screen, but the last word came through with a lot of overload damage. Able to get that kill rather easily with the help of his squad.
Okay, just so good for Silencer, and that's one of the big benefits of the hero at the moment. If they cast any spell, when he's got 3 Arcane Curse like this, they take 3 damage points, like a typical damage, 3 skill point nuke. The last word is 151, so it's like huge damage.
Yeah, it is a lot of damage. Or Silencer, I feel like is gonna start becoming hopefully bigger and see pretty good in a lot of instances. Yes, it has some shortcomings, but like you talked about, needing level 3 at restoration, not very much luck. Still big fan.
It's really just like it's based on play. Like what's the correct way to play the hero, and people have to play it that way. Oh, great tonight from Ricky.
They might lose some heroes though. It looks like the sun will come out of the Slithering Yahweh doesn't have office, he doesn't have Black Hole. Slow though in comparison that of Yahweh sprinting up. Another Slithering Crush ready, but it doesn't matter. Little right click that, the amp down. Dogfights didn't have amp, which Yahweh will TP out. That will do the same. Dogfights obviously can't kill it, and that'll just need to kill.
And that's the limitations of Silencer right there. Like at some point, if they start attacking you and going for you as a hero, then you're gonna die because you can't really prevent them from killing you other than silence.
Well,
very
he will fall,
based.
but this does give some room for this one to take the Ancient stack, and this is a hero that really thrives on having 1 DK or DK with lead, and he's at that. He's a couple day ahead of the DK at this stage of the game. Get Saber after arming the helm of the Dominator.
Continues here. They're hoping to get a free one as they approached. Can do a Malefice into Black Hole.
Oh, they're gonna try to go on some here. Storm does go just in time to send. Close,
2 tower denies now. That's so much gold that was supposed to go to LGD that they could use to continue to snowball. And they're not even close to mech yet either.
Found it. The 3rd tower did go to as a last hit. Might be the biggest thing in the world, but
yeah. And that's okay. On the bright side for LGD, Yao's getting closer to Blink. He's only about 500 away. It's pretty good. BKB on Dragon Knight's super important here. He needs to frontline this. You keep Sven on lockdown.
It's gonna get tricky, but they do have 4 plus here. I'll see him at the Ancients, and he's gonna stack up, no problem. He doesn't have a creep, doesn't need one. Echo Saber down, by the way. This is gonna start getting started for LGD.F.Y. He gets involved in these fights. Do you think he starts jumping in with his god strength, wait for BKB or Blink here, or you comfortable enough to fight your team?
I mean, with Global Sounds, I think he can definitely fight early. It's not a big deal. But it comes down to more like, can he kill any of these heroes with when he initiates? And that's what he has to do. He has to jump in on somebody and kill them while the Global Sounds is up. Their prime target is probably Enigma, Slardar are the big ones. Maybe Disruptor as well if they can get them before go off. Did smoke. I'm sorry, that's their ward. Actually, they did smoke under a ward, 100%.
It's this ward.
Yeah, LGD is running away.
All right.
Where that little creep is.
That was. It's such a good ward to Sven or just any hero that takes ancients.
Yeah, it covers a lot of spots. Like it spots the ancients, and it also spots a lot of common spots. Like so that was placed as they approach. Oh, and they're stealing the ancient stack.
What? That was up. That was a triple stack. That's a lot of gold.
That was basically a disruptor being efficient, but who's gonna clear that on his?
Right. I was actually just wondering. The D8 when he got his level 2 Elder Drax form, but he's not even level 11 yet. He's level 9.
Yeah, it wasn't efficient for them to be that, and they smoked under a ward now, because the Radiant team was just by Roche.
A Blink Dagger as well. We have right now 1 Blink in the game, where my value was 3 to 4, and that's at 25 minutes, so we'll see if we get there.
We need the Dire team to do better, because we got 3 Blinks to buy him.
They'll get there eventually. They
smoke for the right lane. Alright, that's two.
And he was close. He was there a moment ago. If they didn't win earlier.
No, he was on the north side of the Roche pit actually. There was like no way they were gonna get him there. Okay. Really smart placement for him.
Some good for the Barracks team to go. They're gonna ride a fight. They stun. Global silence for everybody backing. Storm out of 2. Here comes the storm. Maurice already level 1. Oh, the 4! What an initiation! They're blowing everybody away. They're gonna fight from it. Looks like they threw down. They don't get 4th or 5th, but what black hole? Counter initiation. Shall we? No dirt.
Dude, how do you get that many people? It's 4 heroes and the wiki included. My God,
they're
that was
right
beautiful. Here. I mean, it looked so good for IG.Vitality with that double Stormhammer, but everything just changed once he outjumped in his one line of stun.
Much fight, you're dead. So that is 4. Okay.
That's that huge fight that IG.Vitality normally wins. That first engagement, and LGD winning that fight and getting Roche, everything is now changed.
This shall wait factor, and the black hole as well on top of it. That's how big that can be for you. You could argue the positioning for IG.Vitality could have been better. They could have been more. That's just immaculate shall wait. Really good stuff. And
that ward really helped. That ward helped so much in the fight too. Just over the cliff area, spotted the whole layout of the fight, so Zhao Wei could plan it around when Global Sounds ended. Finished a lot, and they don't have that many disables really. It's like Ricky, Smoke Cloud, Fume, Stormful, and the Sven stun. Once Global Sounds is gone and the Sven stun is gone, and Ricky's already using his ult, you're pretty much set Black Hole. As long as you where the Ricky was using his ult.
That's the point. Oh, they're gonna find another one. DK in trouble. Vacuum back in. Ball lightning. They'll finally get at least a counter kick. They get 1 kill out of it. Super. It's fun.
We will get the tier 1 top here. It's a nice gain for them at least. And LG can split push in the meantime. A lot of them buying Dragonlances, actually, both Razor and Dragonite. I never thought about Dragonite, Dragonlance, but it's not a bad idea, really.
Yeah, it gives you
agility for attack speed and armor, really not terrible. And he'll be heavy after.
Extra HP out, it's just... I've seen it a couple times, I think. It's not been like this for a D.
In a lot of ways better than Drum. A more typical DK item there.
Alright.
Daggers, though.
Not that.
Sun's even going BKB first. I think I'm screwed, man.
Yeah, he's even close to Blink, honestly. We're screwed, actually.
I mean, I said 5+. I'm screwed. I don't know about you, man.
True. It is 6-6. This game feels more action-packed than that, honestly. Especially after that last fight. Back, they'll find this Sven does not have his BKB. He has the red speed. He has the overflow, but he does not have the mithril.
Global
Silence will come out. Successful. Yes, they did have to burn Global, but that's alive is very important for IG.Vitality.
With that said, now they are really lacking disables, and this is going to allow LGE to just group and push. That's the team fight skill that IG really had. They've got 3 points in vacuum. That kind of does some stuff, but once they pop Dragon Form and start slapping towers from super range, I don't know if they're going to be able to stop this push.
This is going to be difficult. They might just have to give this tier 2 tower up. It's level 1 wall too, so it's not even that much damage coming up from the wall. Rep for level 3 back on top of that. Sven, again, we talked about no BKB yet. This is that's without gold, like you talked about.
Then there's the slapping, especially with Eidolon sometimes.
I mean, they have the Blink Dagger on Yao. If they get cleaned up, he's got vision of them, and he's got vision of most of them.
Yeah, I actually love that he's showing that he's here as well, because then they're not even gonna approach. He doesn't actually want to fight this.
Oh, and the silencer, he's without gold. been off that much, but it's still a pick, honestly, and it's on top of that too.
That was so sick how they did that. I love that siege. Just super long range rangers that are good at sieging tower with Eidolons. Yao shows so that IG.Vitality doesn't even approach.
LG are going to return the favor. It's just that being taken and super brave this gold, I imagine.
I mean, they might fight this.
Fnatic heal gold.
See it with this creep.
It might be too late. Surge forward, and that's it. LGD figuring out with landing all the way into Kata. He's got his Bloodstone now. Comes back. Meanwhile, there's going to be the wall right now. The Elder Dragon brought a net field, stops any further aggression, and they leave. Just leave.
Their pushing's working out really well now. Like IG.V shut it down in the laning stage, basically, in those early rotations, but now there's too much farm coming. Maybe if they had a bunch of Blink Daggers, they could have done it, but it's just too hard for them to defend that.
We got one up now, per Showit is picked.
Okay. Is that all we got?
Just the two. Just the two.
We're screwed.
DK has 2,000 gold. Is he thing? Probably BKB. He just bought something actually. Mithril Hammer. So yeah, no blip for the DK.
Too surprising. I like the Razor build as well. Just typical SNY Dragonlance. This build's really solid. BOTs afterwards helps with some of that mobility disadvantage. Yeah. I just feel like Ricky's not going to do anything at this point. Like, if I look at how tanky and how much stats everybody in LGD has, what does Ricky really provide? A smoke screen?
He's not a diffusal blade either. Like, maybe you could argue, okay, he'll have damage. He's a diffuse blade, which is really utility. He's not even close to having that.
I mean, he contributed a lot in the laning stage, by all means. He did a huge amount. But now that they finally started winning team fights and getting towers, that one fight and that 4-man black hole changed so much for this game. It was why it was so big.
It was huge. Huge black hole. They still have a who's rather farmed on 2,000 worth advantage. IG.Vitality don't need to panic yet. It's going to be difficult. Still have some really good heroes. Stormstreet talked as Bloodstone already. Just and they're ways back into this game, but as you talked about, it's a lot about global silence and hitting some of these other tables. Abilities.
Storm can also snowball, but again, they're just gonna 5-man. It's another issue with. It's one of the big issues actually in picking Storm into this lineup. There's so many teams just group up as 5, organize around, they don't let pickoffs happen, no supports will mindlessly farm across the map. They're always together, and because of that, Storm won't be able to snowball too much. He's doing very well though, 3-0-3. Got a good start, but they've got to take a good fight as well.
And now that now with the BKB picks up for the Sven. Unfortunately for them, DK picks his up at the same time, so super good to spend on top of that as well. And LFY will... They'll stay underneath the tower. Shouts right up. He can blink out if he's got the fast enough fingers. Radiant scan, not on the mark. Dire scan not being used yet. We'll walk in front. He drops forward. No vision from LFY up on Hopper. Dogfight. And Ball Lightning. They're looking for one. There's the Stormhammer. They're going to try to find his DK. He's got his DK. He's picked him on top of the jump. Now wait till no black hole. Only one dead. It's Clarity so far. He's away from his team at this point. Maybe just go back with that at Mike. Glimpse back in. They can try to black hole here. The global sound coming out. They'll take Sven down. Sakata's doing all they can. He wants to finally and black hole to the exchange kill. It's a 4-for-1. Only the DK will fall on the Dire side. The position from LFY after that in that fight.
They had to work for that so hard to just kill the DK. I mean, the Storm was using all of his mana just to try to snag it, and Zhao was just perfectly patient in that whole engagement too. He had to wait until Global Silence ended. They didn't want to run uphill because it was going to clump them up, and luckily for them, they were able to just put all of the focus of the enemy team on the Dragon Knight.
He got a free one. Yeah, he got a free one there. He reported, or at least I think he was trying to, and get brought down. Unfortunately, and some idol as well. Scott gets a nice little bonus to that last fight.
So many sentries.
Yeah, that's
Now Razor just hit 14. He's got the maxed out static link as well as huge movement speed.
Yeah, he just got those bots, I think.
Playing BKB for him next, and at that point he just stabs Sven every single fight. Real straightforward.
This is going to be tough. I was thinking that the IG.Vitality had a real good going into that last fight, and that just, when they weren't doing enough damage as you talked about, they burn all of his mana. I'm getting real concerned now. LFY are looking really strong at this point.
They are. As soon as they won that one fight, everything kind of changed. Last fight was great. Solid positioning. Keeping the tanky here with the BKB. Keep him closest to the high ground. That's always going to be the most effective. Are they going to smoke on his ward? They did.
No,
amazing ward placed here. I'm sure that was Ricky, right? Yeah,
I would imagine.
He just walked across the map, placed it down. Nobody's been there on the raiding team in forever, and because of that, Observer Ward, no smoke gank here.
At least there shouldn't be. IG.Vitality should be getting out at this point. So I will clear group web up first and promote that out.
I mean, they fight soon, but lean for 10 seconds. Global Silence is still on.
They know. I just pinged, I think, where the ward was. I believe it was the Radiant team. Nope, DK picked out that was it. So they rotated. Looked like they were going to rotate and push the bottom tier 2 tower. They decided not to.
So they still push for now. Continue to farm their important items. Storm Spirit getting closer to Orchid. At least that way he can be one to counter. Make him a black hole if needed. 1600 gold for Sven. I don't think we're going to hit 5 blink daggers, believe it or not.
We are not.
It's a little off.
We have 4?
We have 3, don't we?
We're not going
to hit 4. 3 to 4.
I 3 to 4. Okay, I forgot it was 3 to 4. I thought it was instead of just 4. Alright.
Way more right.
We're in.
Busy.
We're in. I think I put that. Everything else I had was incorrect except for Kata was the longest currently, as well as the 3 to 4 dagger. Internet point.
Screwed. I'm actually screwed. Nothing.
You nothing?
Yeah, I got nothing so far.
Alright, well.
We need to do really well, and I'm not expecting that one to happen.
Thanks is in trouble. 2,000 gold will get his blink, but not before 25 minutes. That's what it looks like he's gonna buy next. He's clearing out the ancient stack.
Sure, he'll get it. If sort of fight and on the right people. It's got to be Disruptor, Enigma, somebody like that. Even Sven.
It just felt like
before they get BKBs.
I felt like he kind of got guided in that last.
Yeah, it was a weird fight. LGD sat on the low ground. They didn't want to actually approach too far, so they didn't clump as much as they had in the previous fight. They were trying to play around and actually kill the Dragon Knight, but as soon as the BKB came out, everybody in IG.V they were limited in what they could.
Right, these smokes now. R1 was not successful for LFY. It's about to wear off the sec coming out from IG.Vitality. We'll try to find something. It's a lot more for LFY, so that they're not farming their own jungle, but not and been like pushed in pretty hard. LFY should have an understanding that something's happening here. They see in July in the high ground, they blink away for Shallow, realize he needs to get 5 Cooper. Work Cry, blink away from Paparazzi. Glimpse back, but he's got the BKB he can use. Now we'll see if they try to fight this, and it looks like they'll just actually know that BKB now is mostly down. They might lose Dogfight here. Go ahead and blink straight and try to jive his way out. Thing is, that might not seem like that big. The BK chart down as well. The Roche going to look wide.
Yeah, he absolutely had to BKB there, just because he was the one that got caught. Power of Disruptor, basically. It was for Disruptor the game right there, and they can't take this road. They have to dance around it, and somebody eventually has to go back and but like all the lanes were actually fairly pushed. Probably would have had to bet LGD that defense, but instead they
that jump took out half his HP pool. They do have the static with that kind of, not to mention the stun. Storm Spirit is out of mana. He just denies himself, and he knows he was invisible. The Paparazzi Sven will have to blink out, and he was the north. On to the Uber Cliff has been felt a way to stop TD, and he'll be able to get out.
So that's a decent way to deal with that, at least, for the 1 kill. Maybe too greedy by Zhao from there. They do still get the Aegis, and it's going to be on Razor, so he will actually still buy BK. Over. And decent fun.
Yeah, he's so
very close section.
Pretty good armor, too, like about 14 at this point.
That's not bad, especially considering the low damage output of IG. Like we said earlier, Ricky does very little at this point. Silencer has some nukes, and it's better than the average hero, but it's not outputting that much damage. And then your other heroes, the Darkseer, kind of has good team fight and some good damage when comboed with the heroes, but we're super past BKB.
Orchid Malevolence, they'll find it again. He literally just respawned and came up him. However, TP rotation are coming in. Back, they catch the Kata out of mana. He just denied himself and almost certainly will fall. They don't even stack their stuns. They do it perfect. They make sure they rotate all their abilities to take him at spawn with relative ease. That was a great piece.
Yeah, and for the Disruptor changes it again. All it takes is one and everybody with the half of play completely changes.
Punish positioning so fully with that ability. And even though they've lost a couple of heroes, look worth it. It's been constantly going up these past couple of for IG.Vitality. It's interesting.
I guess they are farming decently well. I mean, some decks farm amazing compared to Dragon Knight and Razor. Both these heroes don't really have flash farm unless Dragon Knight uses ult. So
No chance played Enigma. This is a 4 versus 5 fight. Tower's gone. It looks like we won't be able to engage. Maybe Yao. IG.Vitality might butt on that. Go for something. Sentry will get out. Super Stormhammer. He's got the BKB. Looks like he might not get off in time. He finally got the static will come out and they've catch with it, which stops any further aggression for the time being. Static Link will like at least steady 100 damage coming. Now it's still here. He's got a black hole. Meanwhile, they will take down the Sven as the Sven back on and get the Dark Sword on top of it. LFY and the team crushing it.
Dude, that static storm changed everything. It caught 4 heroes the ball lightning from Storm. He came right in, landed the static storm, and all of a sudden Sven's on the right side with BKB forced to try to fight LFY. But at that point, he's just fitted when BKB runs out, easy glimpse, and then they kill the carry.
Super, yeah, that was almost sick. That timing from the Slithering Tribe. But with again, another defense Cicada is just. He's got 4+ charge. Now they're just taking racks. They don't buy back here. This might be it. Cicada's doing the best that he can. The Guardian here's going to be for Shaway. The last word will hit Super. He'll get relatively low. He'll Shadow Blade. No detection mode. As well as we'll back it together. Don't lose too much here. A good call. They get out together. Lose really nothing.
And now they all leave the lane and go back to farming. Just perfect play there by LFY. It all comes down to the disruptor. So many of these engagements, dude, like 2 huge advantages from pulls, and this last one with the static storm, just absolutely winning the fight for his team. Couple amazing support performances and reliable core stuff, and the game is just looking easy for him.
That's been like the theme for all the games I've seen with the Chinese squads. It's just the support been pulling out. We saw some SK Rubik plays yesterday. LPC has some good disruptor performances. They just continue to mount up. They're finding the back of those supports. And
I just don't see where the damage is coming from IG.V now. Like, maybe if they started winning those fights, this game would have been pretty straightforward, but there's so much tank coming from LFY. They come Razor, even the Sven is looking strong. And once they finish something like AC, it's just getting out of control. Only heroes that are vulnerable are like Enigma and Disruptor, that's it.
Do you feel like Darkseer feels kind of underwhelming right now, or is it just me? That's what it feels like.
It is, especially because of the BKBs, so getting a back wall off on 5 heroes is tough. But imagine if they did a little better. He gets his dagger at the 25-minute mark, and they could go back Stormhammer.
Yeah,
things change. Yeah. But he definitely focused a lot on lane in the early stage and didn't do any ganking. And maybe that would have been superior.
Yeah, they're definitely down at fight. This is them flat out. Them down below 500 net with it going to LG.F.Y.Monet. So IG.Vitality are. It almost feels like they're ranked like red at this point for a couple of team fights. Position themselves in such a way that they're jump on a pushing down top lane, but again, LGD forever are out of the back in their jungle. They can wait for another 4 minutes and then go for rush, get the Aegis, can take push, try to take more towers and build this.
Getting the 5-manning.
Yeah.
Never stops.
It's been key of this game for both teams, really. There's been more split push, I think, from IG.V, I want to say, in terms of the Sven and the Storm Spirit, but
possible. They're closer to Daedalus as well. Sven's pretty decently farmed here. Would give them a great fight. It just comes down to the stun initiations, especially the vacuum.
Made that Daedalus, and even with it though, it's all armor on a lot of.
I mean, they should have vision advantage as well, just because they have an invis hero, but because LFY's ahead right now, they can just buy a gem and then really shut down everything that Ricky's at.
Cicada has. I thought they have a gem of their own. Whose gem is that for Cicada?
You're the one on the right. They're relying on sentries for now. I guess they have Shadow Blade and Dragon Knight. Maybe they don't
go for the pin super. I think July been spotted by this is reward. So positioning myself, wire good. Super's Shadow Blade up, and yes, Cicada has the gem, though they should see coming in. And Knight doesn't get off in time. Get to the Dragon Knight. Now they're gonna almost through. Shaway still has that. They'll blow up LP, looking like okay so far. TV. There's a
He's
black
so
hole
low.
coming at you. That was enough. Enough of a black hole. Keeps it off for about 2 seconds. It gets down, and it might be a 4-for-2 exchange, and it will be a triple kill from Monet and another black hole. He was on maybe 5 to 10% HP, and Shoei does it again.
That was so close. That was the difference of like Echo Saber rocking at the right time. He could have killed the Enigma and maybe gotten that or kept fighting, but once the black hole interrupted his disable damage for just a moment, it gave LFY the time to just clean up the rest of the fight. They ran out of steam and it looked really good at the start, based on them initiating, based on their positioning, but it wasn't enough.
That's pretty great. Like just continues to straddle the line edge. They're jump on the counter. Now all 5 dead. Nobody has that. It's like the Darkseer respawn. He has it, but I don't.
Wow,
Already, they don't want to deal with Storm. They are playing very safe at this point. The bottom lane of did go and get the full set, but they're gonna probably try to throw it here in a moment.
They're about to finish double armor sets as well. AC on Dragon Knight. They've got Shiva on Razor. Minus 45 attack speed right now against IG.V. Now everything Sven has becomes even worse because now his attack speed's even lower. Like every bit of attack speed he has based Echo Saber and Power Check off.
His BKB charge is down to 6 as well.
That's what happens when you play against Disrupt, and you gotta pop it every time you get Glimpse.
Now that one glimpse, especially towards Roach, did not help. For sure. And
it still does not have his defeat blade finished either. It's just pretty much a useless hero.
Yeah, this was a first overall for Riku too. They clearly value him very highly, and maybe it's their performance, but he's not having. I mean,
it was
like
really
said,
good. Like yeah, in the early game, it was amazing. He played it really well. It gave them an advantage. But the heroes they picked were so tanky that at some point Ricky is more effective against spellcaster type heroes like Lion, Disruptor, etc. He needed to be against a different lineup where they need to be winning for this Ricky valuables.
And
a
it's
lot
the
of
other
ways.
KB as well.
Exactly. The BKB problem, the tankiness problem, a lot of things. They're going aggro though, and they've got to try to wrap around it. Maybe they can get a vacuum into Stormhammer that can change everything.
They're going for the wrap. They've already on the one though, and Ricky's gone. They're going to look for the vacuum to leave coming. They might be able to instantly with that clip coming out. Now Monet is top Rocky. There's that team, and it's just too much damage. Destroy him. Slaughter as well as Monet. Another stuck out the base, and the rack is gone already.
They want to fight
that. They're going to go again. Global Suns doesn't matter. Inulite get destroyed. The right click. 4 dead. Just on silencer. Indeed, is called LGD Forever Young. Crushed it. Off the back of some really tough foreplay.
Yeah, and some really good team fight. It changed everything and finally got them on that path where taking towers and pushing was effective. They clearly outpicked their opponents. They just needed to get to that one team fight area, and once they did, it was all over. And that's clearly what we saw. Just solid play